Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Today I'm going to be doing something fun. Instead of doing another opinion, another video on that, I'm going to do a prediction of sorts. And I want to leave this as a time capsule to see how much this actually applies in the future. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to predict how exactly Arc 4 will work, because based on past trends and whatever, and as someone who likes history, this is definitely a thing that history people do. So maybe that's where it stems from, but whatever, because you can notice trends. So let's start. So first off, we have Caramel, which is the first world of Arc 4. In it, we were introduced to possibly the main threat, which is actually ourselves, the Aberrant Paradox, the Paradox or whatever, all that kind of stuff. We may be corrupted by shadow magic, and that is definitely, I think, what's going to be the most major plot line of Caramel in of itself. Sorry, not Caramel, of Arc 4 in of itself. So we have Caramel, right? And we know that the next world in the sequence is Lemuria. Now, let's look at some past trends. First off, right, in Arc 1, we start in Wizard City, which has that same almost lighter feel to it that Caramel has. Move on to Krokotopia, which has, I don't know how to describe this color scheme, but it's a very yellow color scheme, and it definitely has a more, I can't even label the vibe to it, but you kind of, actually, let me see if I can find a word for it. Okay, I can't exactly think of a word, but what I was going for is that it is a heavily oppressed world, I almost want to say, and the main cause of quests and whatever is coming from helping the people. And this is actually a common thing in Arc 2 world, or sorry, not Arc 2 worlds, the second world in every arc. So you have Krokotopia, which, as I said, is that. You have Zafaria, which, by the way, still has the same yellow color scheme. You can kind of see it in the main area right there. So there's that, plus the fact that we're helping the people who are recovering from Morganth's rampage. And then we have Mirage, which has not necessarily a yellow color scheme, but it definitely has that still sandy, brownish color scheme. And the entire world of Mirage is helping people. So if I had to guess, we'll take this as my first prediction, is that Lemuria is going to have a yellowish color scheme, which makes sense because it's, I personally think it's going to be based off Madagascar. People might disagree. People might say Australia. I think it's going to be Madagascar based on what I know about Madagascar, which is that there's a lot of lemurs. And also, it gives me that vibe based on what we've gotten so far. So, there's that. Where I believe a few things will happen in this world. First off, we will meet the main villain of the arc, and will likely come to front what their main idea is, and one of the main things that they're doing that is evil. Whether it's actually evil or not, we don't know yet, but that's likely a thing that will happen, and most of the world is probably going to be us saving the main people of the area. So that's what my main prediction for Lemuria is. Again, I'm basing this off of Krokotopia. We don't really meet Malistaire in Krokotopia, but we do in Zafaria meet Morganth and find out that she plans to use the Song of Creation or whatever to destroy the universe. And then we have Mirage, where we meet Grandfather Spider in the Chronoverge and actually fight him. So, excuse me. I think we'll be seeing something like that in Lemuria. Jesus. I don't know why I can't speak right now. In regards to the third world, we obviously have nothing about it. We also don't know if this is a 3-world arc or a 5-world arc. It could be 5. I personally think it's going to be 3, based on what KingsIsle's been doing. I imagine that they're going to have Arc 4 also be 3 compared to Arc 3. I think that they think that 5 worlds is a bit too long, so they'll shorten it down. I think that the third world, no clue what it could be named, whatever. If I had to guess based on themes, it's going to have a more gothic type theme. We might see something, I don't know, have we ever seen, I guess this is Aquila. I actually don't really know. I can't really tell you exactly it, but I can tell you that I know a few things are going to happen. Obviously, there's going to be the confrontation with the final boss. The world is going to be a bit longer than Lemuria and Caramel. And then 3, it is going to have a very dark color scheme, which is, as you can see from Dragonspire, has a darker color scheme. Chrysalis has the darker color scheme, and Imperia has... Okay, Imperia doesn't really in the preview, but trust me when I say Imperia definitely has a lot of darker areas. The only exception being the Arrow Plains, I would say. And I think definitely the third world in Arc 4 is going to share that similarity with the final arcs. I feel like... Well then, I'm going back. I'm going back to over here. So all these things I definitely could see being trends. Excuse me. Now, if they make a five world arc, this probably goes all out the window. But I really do hope that like I can look back on this 2 years from now and be like, oh hey, this prediction is correct or this prediction is incorrect. I think if I had to guess, Caramel was about 100 quests long. I think Lemuria is going to be around 150, somewhere in there. And then the final arc, or the final world of that arc, will be about 200. Now, to put this into perspective, Polaris is like 80 to 100. Mirage is 130, I believe. And then Imperia is 140. Or it's more towards 150. So that kind of gives you a perspective of the quest. I believe, yeah, as I said, Caramel's 100. I think Lemuria is going to be a bit longer than that, but they're not going to make it too long. I think they've found out after people reviewed Azteca and Chrysalis that people don't really like very, very long quest lines. So they're going to keep those to a minimum. I imagine that that's going to be around the quests that we'll make. Right now, we're going to level up to 150 from Lemuria, 160 from the final world. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Still waking up. 160 from the final world. Likely in this time, they're going to add a new side dungeon with gear. I really doubt that they're not going to. I mean, the last big gear that we've gotten is the Dragoon gear at level 130. I imagine that there'll probably be a new, pretty good robe coming out soon, because we're still using the Malistaire robe, or at least most of us are. So, hopefully, if they do something like that. But really, that's it. I just wanted to go over my predictions. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me on some of these? I think the main thing that I probably will get right is the color schemes. I definitely think Lemuria is going to have that brown, yellowish color scheme that is shared by these worlds. And I definitely think that the last world in the arc will be a darker world. Like, if it's not a darker world, I will be shocked, because they've done it 3 times in a row now. If they decide to change up my expectations now, that would be kind of crazy. So, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you liked it. St. Hubert right there. Yeah. So, I will see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.